Everyday superpower. We talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. A little bit tired. I've been up all night, so please have patience, people. I come with a message. I come speaking the gospel once again. I'm going to tell you that if she loves you, she's going to want to change you, and the ball's in your court as to whether you do or don't. Okay? The main gist of the message I'm going to speak is that you don't change, and she loves you for it. If anything, the fact that you don't change the things she wants you to change is going to enhance your relationship and the way she perceives you. But I leave room for maneuver when I say if she can aid you in bringing you to the light when it comes to a severe detriment in your personality and your actions, and she can aid you in becoming a better man, given that you are very well aware it will make you a better man and aid you in attaining your higher purpose, attaining your masculine principle, then that's a beautiful companionship. But we're not necessarily going to be speaking on that. We're going to be speaking on her loving you to a degree as to where she does want you to change, and in her wanting you to change and in her attempts to make you change, you must perceive it as a shit test. She's feeling out your boundaries. She's trying to see how malleable you are, how the plasticity within your psyche manifest reality is in cooperation with what she wants from you. You will have flaws like any man. Maybe you overwork yourself to the point of burnout. Maybe you've got a drinking problem, a smoking problem, a gambling problem, a fighting problem. You are but human, and in the duality of life, there must be darkness aside the light. We do walk through on a tightrope, and in that tightrope, we live a harmonious life, which is of the best, as long as it's balanced. So, when she's unhappy of the amount of cigarettes you smoke, yet you don't really care because it's something that you enjoy, although you know it's not beneficial to your health, she would rather you say no and go against her wishes, go against your own health, because it isn't of your own choice. When she sees you changing through her own puppeteering, albeit momentarily, she experiences this pedestalization of self, which places her in the masculine dominant position. And there is a balance, as we've just spoken about, of everything. Sometimes she will be in this position, sometimes body, but believe it or not, men, you will play a submissive role from time to time, maybe outside of your conscious awareness, with not only her but everybody you engage with over time. It is a transactional communication, and in order to have a transactional coherent communication, we need to have not only an understanding but be able to play both sides of the field very well, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when emphasized and concentrated upon the contrary of what the masculine is, she will feel a distaste that she changes you, or at least pushes you to change a facet of your character and your behavior and identity for the sake of making her happy. It's not truly going to make her happy. It's going to make her feel insecure, because the man is supposed to be steadfast. The man is supposed to be bold, principled, independent, and strong. And there is strength in owning up to your vulnerabilities. There is strength in having flaws and not allowing those flaws to eat you to a degree where you are struggling and in dispute with them. And now this is the whole addiction situation, right? But we're not going to go into the psychology of addiction and whatnot. That's not what we're talking about. So if she loves you, she will test you, because that testing is a genuine interest to see where you stand, where your boundaries is set at that particular moment in time, because she may run the same tests on you a week later, a month later, to whichever degree, to whichever, perspective and application of such. She will continue to test you to understand where you stand at that moment in time, and as to whether your boundaries have gone further or have come in, like the tide, right? Because you yourself can say no to her once, but when you get married, is that no still going to be a no, or down to the sake of you wanting a little more peace in your life, are you now going to allow her to walk all over you? And that walking all over, even though in a way is somewhat sinister, it is the reality of our biology and the engagement between the man and the woman, the masculine and the feminine. That feminine does want to continue pushing your boundaries to the degree where she does not appreciate you anymore, does not respect you anymore, because she, as that woman, has boiled the frog, right? You put a frog in a boiling pan full of water, yeah? If you ramp the temperature up from 0 to 100, the frog will jump out, it'll get hot, and it'll just think, fuck this, I gotta survive. Whereas when you ramp the temperature up slowly, 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 the frog does not realize what's going on, does not feel the pushing of the boundaries metaphorically, and just gets cooked within that pan, doesn't jump out, doesn't acknowledge the rising temperature. That's what that woman will do to you over time, and you always need to understand that. And some will say that once you have, let the team down, for lack of better words, and you have allowed her to walk all over you to an extent, that you have to start afresh and leave the relationship and find something new. I don't believe in that. I think you can reassess and reestablish boundaries. There might be a little bit of friction, a bit of resistance, but trust me, she'll respect you for saying no as a man, because she does not want a yes man in the relationship, especially a yes man to the feminine. Yes, 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 yes. Right? Because if you're saying yes all day to the feminine, what will you do to the masculine? Right? She doesn't want another man being able to manipulate you out of position, right? You don't want that, because she'll be more sexually fascinated and interested and drawn towards that man. That's some quick game. Click like and subscribe. Peace.